Good morning, folks, and happy Tuesday. Well, we didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. JP did not wake me up, and I'm sure glad she did not, because we have woken up with our face freaking clogged. But we have gotten every kitten that we could find to the doctor so that they can start getting fixed. And we are going to go get better today than we were yesterday. Even though I really, really do not want to today. I'm freaking feeling shot today. I'm feeling a little fatigued today. I'm feeling a little, my face is clogged up and I want to go back to sleep. But that is not an option. It's not a choice. We have to go get better today than we were yesterday. And luckily we are getting out of the house and spectacular timing for us to go knock out this lift, go get through the whole entire lift, not have to rush through it, and then hit the road to go get better today than we were yesterday. So I guess let's go get this show on the road, folks. Well, shoot, folks, I thought we were making it here in perfect timing, but then I pull into the parking lot, and the parking lot is absolutely jam-packed. There was not a parking spot in sight. So I guess just wish me luck. We got 30 minutes. 30 minutes, that's all. We don't have any more than that. We have 30 minutes. Wish me luck. Hope we can find a rack. I absolutely love coming to a public gym. It is freaking free entertainment for as long as you stinking want. I know that's not nice to say, but sorry, we had time to finish our workout. We did not have time to change, but it is free entertainment the whole entire time that you were in there. Like, people will do the goofiest things to get a workout in. I mean, it's not my place to judge. To each their own, you know? I mean, some people may think that my exercises are a little goofy, you know, curl and presses, those look a little goofy. But some people just do the wildest things, folks. Like, this guy, I don't even know how to describe what he was doing. He was like laying down on the cable machine and he was pulling the cable up to his head, but it wasn't like he was getting a skull crusher in there. He may have been doing a curl. That may have been what he was trying to do. But there's a lot more beneficial ways to do curls, like preacher curls. There's like 12 preacher curl machines in there. Do some of those. Those give you a full extension of the bicep head. I don't know what he was doing, but that was the first thing I saw when I got in there. I was like, oh, this is going to be an entertaining workout. Luckily, we got to a rack, so we got to, and it was a rack that was facing him, so I just got there to sit there and you know, try to decipher what he was trying to work out. And then the guy beside me, I mean, he was working really hard. He was moving intensely, but goodness gracious, he's gonna get injured. Like, don't get me wrong, I am one who likes to freaking sling some weights around, but I sling it around with a little bit of technique. Come on. Yeah, a public gym is like free entertainment at all times. No, you don't get to sit there and film them. No, you don't get to sit there and like walk up and like make fun of them or interrupt their workouts. But you can definitely, you know, think about it. It's your brain is your brain. You can sit there and laugh in your head if you'd like. And that is exactly what we did today. We sat there and we giggled the whole entire time we were lifting at just about everyone in the gym. Everyone today. It's usually not that bad. It's really not. There's usually like just one person, and it's usually while I'm doing cardio and I get to watch that one person. Maybe it's just because I'm a little bit more observant when I'm doing cardio. But today that guy was right out in the open, laying down on the cable machine, I guess doing curls. It's just a better way of getting the bicep fully extended. But hey, people will find the most unique things to get a workout in, and as long as they're getting a workout in, that is all that really matters. It really, I mean, strength training is strength training no matter how you do it. There's just better ways of doing it than other ways. Like, heck, jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu. If you throw some mats down in your garage and you're rolling around trying to sub each other, guess what? You're doing jiu-jitsu. Heck, we didn't realize as kids that us rolling around on the trampoline trying to do WWE moves on each other and really just arm barring each other. Dang, I shot myself today. But trying to do like triangles and arm bars and trying to make each other tap, we didn't realize that that was really just jiu-jitsu. We had no idea. We were just doing it. But you go to a jiu-jitsu school or a jiu-jitsu class or a martial arts gym to become more efficient at it, right? I could have never went to a gym and I would have known what an arm bar was. I just wouldn't know how to efficiently get it. Same thing with lifting. You hire a personal trainer, you hire a weightlifting coach to become more efficient at it, become better at it, so you don't get injured as often. So, honestly, if they're getting the workout in, they're getting their workout in. It's not my place to judge. They just gave me free entertainment today. Free entertainment. Now, of course, I'm not gonna like laugh in their face or anything, because that would just be rude, but yeah. Some people do the wildest things to get in shape. And like I said, as long as they're trying to do something to get into shape, they're trying to do something to get into shape. And I am not going to be one to judge. Not at all. Not at all. But, folks, even though we got in, got out, got our work done, we may be running a little bit behind. We let time get away from us today. We were having a good old time. We entered that flow state. So now we may be running a little bit behind. I blame it on the gym being closed yesterday and not being up to our routine. So I guess let's focus on driving, folks. Had to go get better today than we were freaking yesterday. Sorry, the light turned red on me at the last minute. That was probably very unnecessary of the scream, but the light turned red last second, and there was a cop in front of us, so I didn't want to like just blast right through it. But like I was saying, let's go get better today than we were yesterday. Well, good news, traffic was not half bad and we made it on time. I guess let's get in here, let's find us a parking spot, and let's get in here to get better today than we were freaking yesterday, folks. Well, we survived the land of the freaking giants today. I mean, honestly, every day is like the land of the giants here, but today was even more so than usual. There's a few people out sick today, so all I had were freaking giants. I think the smallest person in the room today was 200 and I think he said he was 210 when I told him he was fatty. He's like, I'm only 210 right now. No shit, dude, you're almost 100 pounds more than me. Okay, he's like 50 pounds, but still, 50 pounds makes a huge difference in grappling. A ginormous difference. Every day I come in here, I'm like, how bad would steroids really be? How bad would they be? Starting to think not so bad. Starting to think not so freaking bad. I might be able to survive a little bit better instead of doing this and this and this repetitively. Sheesh. Today was one of those freaking days. That was one of those days that's like, all right, you really want to do this? Is this really what you want to do? Is this really what you want to do? It was one of those days. But we made it. We survived. Now let's get home and take us a nap, because a nap sounds amazing right now. And we have finally made it home, folks. Goodness gracious. I thought we would be home a heck of a lot sooner. That ride took forever. But while we're on the way home, we're listening to a YouTube video by Malik Peace, Gen Z's addiction to locking in, and it gave me some pretty good views on it. Why people can't stay on to their fitness goals, why can't people set long-term goals, financial goals, health goals, whatever goal you want to, whatever, start a business. I mean, the long-term goals, why is it every other week someone is locking in? And it's because our brain goes to wants to go to a natural state of comfort, I guess you could say. Your brain will sit there and trick you and tell you, give you every excuse under the sun, and your brain knows you better than anyone else does. So when your brain gives you an excuse, it's going to be like the best excuse ever on why you shouldn't go do something, you know what I mean? And that's your brain's job. Your brain's job is just to have you survive, reproduce, and then turn into soil. That's all your brain cares about. So you have to be willing to fight the brain, pretty much. You got to fight yourself. And then that comes to, well, how do you fight yourself? Well, your why has to be greater than whatever reason that your brain is going to give you that day. Because 90% of the days are not going to be great days. When you're doing a long-term goal, you're going to have like a few months of super great success, and then you're just going to plateau. And you're going to go nowhere for a fat little bit. And then there's gonna be more days where you're under average of what you could perform than your average. And then average, honestly, isn't gonna feel good to you. So now you're just in a constant loop of doubt and like negative thoughts and this and that and that and this and this and that, and then you might as well just listen to the brain, because it's saying to go lay down and watch that YouTube video. And on top of it, every little bit of society is wrapped around how can we give you instant gratification. Hence, what's the number one freaking social media app? TikTok. It's short videos. So when shooting for long-term goals, just know that there's going to be a whole lot of days where it's not fun. It is not good. It's not it. But 10% for 10 years is better than 110% for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? You do the math, it adds up to a heck of a lot more in 10 years than it does 2 weeks. Consistency is literally everything at the end of the day. I mean, nothing that this guy said was something that I don't agree with. It's just the way that he said it was very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very well said. Let's put it that way. So, Malik Peace? I don't know. Just type in Gen Z addicted to locking in. Folks, stop freaking locking in and just freaking go and do something. Just go and do it. Set you some goals. Give you a good why. It goes back to, like, you know that old, like, motivational video? You gotta want it as bad as you wanna breathe. It's very true, actually. Because your body, it's literally its only task, or your brain's only task, is to allow you to breathe, have your heart to beat, and to tell you when you're hungry. Other than that, your brain don't care what you do. You got to fight against that brain. And your brain's going to tell you, hey, you know what sounds pretty good? Sleeping. And not just a small nap, but sleeping all day. That's what your brain would like to do. So ignore what the brain has to say. Set some long-term goals, because long-term goals are going to be a whole lot more satisfying in the end than the little short burst of dopamine that you're going to get every day from listening to this thing up here. You know what I mean, folks? So with that being said, I guess let's go listen to our brain and take us a nap. Well, our nap went great, but JB is straight sprinting out of the freaking door. It usually takes me like 30 minutes after a good nap, maybe 15, to get out the door after a good nap. We're out of the door in 5 minutes. She grabs everything, starts sprinting out the door. I get you're not exhausted, not tired, ready for some jiu-jitsu. But this guy's tired. This guy wants to go back to sleep. But this guy can't go back to sleep because we got goals to reach, baby. We got goals to reach. Let's go get better today than we were yesterday. Well, check us out, folks. We're getting here on time for once for an MMA practice. I'm proud of us. I'm freaking proud of us. Good job, JB, for rushing me out the door. Let's get in here and get better today than we were yesterday, folks.
Don't bring your chin up. It's a hill? Yeah. Don't bring your chin up. You got a mountain. Good over there. Yeah, pull back.
I'm just talking.
Well, that was a great practice, folks, but dang, JB convinced me to be lazy today. She said something about a Korean meatball, and I haven't had an appetite recently, and sorry, there was a little hair on my camera. I haven't had an appetite recently, so when she said that and it sounded good, I was down for it, folks. I was freaking down. So we're dipping out of practice early. I mean, I wouldn't say early, like MMA practice was completed and we stayed after and got an extra 30, 45 minutes of rolling in, of working. But we're not going to jits, which I do feel really bad about. Like, but every now and then, like I told y'all earlier, your brain's gonna come up with the best excuse on why you shouldn't go do something that you should do. But at the same time, you're not gonna be. It's not gonna be perfect every day. Definitely, if it's a long-term goal that you've been working at for a long time, eventually there's gonna be those days where you're just like, screw this, I don't want to do it. But also, it is good to feel like crap sometimes, feel a little lazy, because then it like ignites that fire a little bit, you know? It's like, okay, you were lazy, now you gotta make up for it. So I guess let's go get a Korean meatball and shower up, get home, and hop on the freaking games, folks. JB's got to be back up at 6 o'clock in the morning, so we can't play long. And well, Brian's got to get up to get better tomorrow than he was today. JB's an absolute freaking turd. She goes, well, would you rather Italian or would you rather meatball, right? I was like, honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Both of them sound wonderful. And here we are in the Italian restaurant parking lot, going to get Italian food. Nasty, sweaty, and Burks. And JB has a rash guard on, and then Burks. Mind you, everyone here has a button-up shirt on. Oh well, let's go grub down and make fools of ourselves. They put us in the corner because we're a freaking embarrassment, folks.
I'm not. Never mind. She already knows. That's what I get at the Cheesecake Factory.
Well, that was absolutely positively embarrassing. Not only did they put us in the corner, but I also ordered the wrong meal. And they were so kind to bring me another one. But I was sitting there and I was tinkering with my phone, off in La La Land, right? You know? Doing whatever it is that I want to do and not looking at the menu. And JB goes, is this what you get, the chicken pasta bella? And I was like, I looked at the menu, I looked at it for 2 seconds, like, yeah, that's what I got. That was totally not what I freaking got. Not at all. When they brought it to the table, I gave it a weird look. And JB goes, that's not what you ordered, is it? I was like, that is what I ordered. I think I didn't fully read it. And before I could even look at the waitress and say, hey, is there any way that I could order something else? She goes, you're looking at that weird. That's not what you wanted, is it? I'm like, no, ma'am. I totally screwed up and I ordered the wrong thing. It is on me. I will eat this. She's like, no, you're not gonna eat this. She's like, let me go find what you want. Let me go get the menu, look at it, read it. So I looked at it, and the manager and her, they were so kind, but I feel like a freaking dum-dum. So embarrassed, so freaking embarrassed, so embarrassed. Y'all have no idea. Read the menu. Don't just take what your fiance says as truth. Chicken pasta bella was not what I got. Chicken Roma or something like that. See, I don't even know what I got. I gotta read it. Make sure you read the menu, folks. That's what it's given to you for. Don't just guess. Don't just guesstimate. We guessed. Embarrassing. And freaking embarrassing. But folks, let's get home. Let's hop on some fort. Let's play a little bit of games, and then let's call it a freaking night. Well, we have made it home, folks. Goodness. I had a horse in my throat right there. A little froggy was hanging around in there. But on our way home, we got roped and doped into another episode of freaking Squid Games. Oh, this show makes me so freaking mad. Just shoots my anxiety levels up to a level that is just unnecessary for a freaking TV show. But, folks, I guess as we learned today, locking in is absolutely ridiculous. At the end of the day, you're not locking in every other freaking week. That's just not how that junk works. You either got discipline or you don't have discipline, and that's the simplest thing about it. If you have no discipline, then locking in ain't gonna get you nowhere. Honestly, you're just gonna be locking in a circle over and over and over again, and never truly making any progress forward towards your goals. You're just repetitively saying that this week is the week in which I lock in. I mean, then we talked about this when that winter art trend was going around, but at the end of the day, you don't need something to say, hey guys, look what I'm doing. Like, you're just looking for gratification from other people instead of just looking for gratification from yourself by going and, well, like, getting closer to your goals, you know what I mean? Like, the amount of time that people spend saying that they're locking in, they could be like a quarter of the way already to their freaking goal. Gosh. But it's not your fault. It really isn't. At the end of the day, our bodies and our society looks for instant gratification. Like, our brain literally is hardwired to find the most efficient way to allow you to stay alive, breathe, reproduce, and keep your heart beating. Or breathe, keep your heart beating, and then finally reproduce. After that, your body doesn't really care what you do. It really doesn't. Your brain doesn't. And then, of course, society, we're always looking for instant gratification. Let's look at get-rich-quick schemes. They're all around us, 24/7, every day a week. There's another get-rich-quick scheme. Why? Because it entices at that instant gratification. You don't actually have to work towards anything. You just have to, like, follow these few simple steps, and in 2 weeks, you will be rich. Nothing good actually comes that way. Absolutely nothing. Good things come from hard work, dedication, perseverance, pushing through when times are tough. Yeah, of course, you got to find a little bit of balance, but honestly, when you're striving towards goals, there is absolutely no balance whatsoever. And I think more people just need to realize that getting towards goals, working towards something great, it's not fun. It's not easy. It's challenging. But it'll be the most rewarding thing that you've ever done once you finally reach that goal. Y'all get what I'm trying to lay down for y'all? Nothing comes easy. So you repetitively telling everyone that, hey, I'm locking in, is doing absolutely nothing for you. Just freaking lock in, folks. Just do it. Just freaking do it. Just Just accept that the path you are about to go down is not paved easily. There's not a lot of people that go down that path for a specific reason. Because it's freaking hard. Whether it be just something as simple as getting into shape. Something as simple as getting into shape. If your why is not greater than the how, honestly, like all the hows become obsolete if the why is great enough. It really does. If your why to going to the gym and getting into shape is not great enough that first day that you go, I don't want to do it. You're not going to freaking do it. And then you're never going to lock back in, you know? So, like I also said, not every day is perfect. Look at us today. I mean, every day, day in and day out, we train 8+ hours a day. Guess what we're not doing today? Training 8+ hours a day. We trained about 6 hours today. Every day is not perfect. There's some days where you're just going to have to say, we're gonna give into that temptation of, I should go get some freaking Korean meatball, and then you end up at a Thai restaurant ordering the wrong thing. You know what I mean, folks. Ending up home early enough so that you can play some forts and all of that, just so you can get some food, and there was no real excuse there. We just let our brain lead us today instead of letting our discipline lead us. But it's okay, folks. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We're pretty disciplined. We train every day, day in and day out. We train every day, day in and day out. The day after a freaking fight, going in and training. Why? So that when one of these days hits, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. One of those days that I say, you know what? I want to go home early. It's okay. Because we train day in and day out. Literally the day after a fight, showing up at the gym to train. That's why. That is exactly why. So just know, not every day is going to be perfect. The goal in which you're striving for, the path to it, is going to suck more days than it is good. And then eventually average is just not going to feel good anymore. So stop looking for instant gratification. Stop locking in. Either lock in or don't. But let's get our butts inside, clean up, and call it a night. Hop on some games. I hope to see y'all there. Until next time, folks, good night, and BillyGoat freaking loves ya.